Hey, welcome to EPN. My name is Victor Lucas, and we bring you the latest in everything cool every single day, thanks in a large part to our support from the VFS School of Game Design. Thank you so much, Vancouver Film School. Now, E3, the biggest gaming event of the year, has kicked off, and we have tons of news to get into. But first, I have to dedicate this rundown to Chester Eugene, who's been watching our stuff ever since we were on the old G4 network in the States. Thank you, Chester. This rundown is all yours. Microsoft had some pretty big and some pretty meh announcements during their E3 press conference. First off, they began their presentation with a first good look at their more powerful Xbox model, Project Scorpio, which shall henceforth be known as the Xbox One X. As promised, when the system was first announced at last year's E3, it will be the most powerful console ever made, offering new and improved 4K visuals and better audio. All the existing Xbox One games will be compatible, but not all of them will be getting 4K updates. Whether they do or not, Microsoft says all games will run more smoothly with faster load times, and the system will also have built-in 4K Blu-ray support. All that extra visual oomph is going to cost you, though. The Xbox One S is priced at $600 here in Canada, which makes it about $100 more than Sony's PS4 Pro. That's a lot of money, but is less than what you'd pay for most 4K-capable gaming PCs. It will hit stores on November 7th. So what new games are coming to the Xbox One X and existing models? Unfortunately, Microsoft didn't show off enough exclusives during their press conference. They did announce the new Forza Motorsport 7 due out October 3rd. They also announced that Crackdown 3 will be landing on November 7th, and the long-awaited indie exclusive Cuphead, first announced in 2013, will finally arrive on September 29th. The most surprising exclusive they announced is Ori and the Will of the Wisps, a sequel to the stylish 2015 game Ori and the Blind Forest, but no release window for that yet. Sadly, that's about it for exclusives, so thankfully Microsoft did show off several big third-party games that are coming to the Xbox One and other platforms. Metro Exodus is a new entry in the post-apocalyptic shooter series due out in 2018. Ubisoft's previously leaked Assassin's Creed Origins was finally officially unmasked, bringing players to ancient Egypt on October 27th. Life is Strange Before the Storm, a follow-up to the time-bending adventure game, is on the way. It will consist of 3 episodes, with the first set to roll out August 31st. Several big PC games are making their console debuts as Xbox One exclusives. PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds, the massively multiplayer online survival game that launched earlier this year on the PC, will be making its console debut on the Xbox One this fall. State of Decay 2, first announced last year and originally supposed to come out this year, will be landing on the Xbox One and PC in spring 2018. One of the world's biggest PC games is the Microsoft-owned Minecraft, so you know they're going to use it to get people hyped for the 4K visuals of the Xbox One X. The game is getting an official 4K textures pack known as the Super Duper Graphics Pack, so the blocky world of Minecraft will look better than ever. In one of the most surprising announcements of the night, VR isn't coming to the Xbox One just yet, but a VR game is. Super Lucky's Tale is a VR-less version of the Oculus Rift platformer Lucky's Tale. That's coming to the Xbox One on November 7th. Finally, with all these new games on the way, the Microsoft announcement that has us most excited is actually old games. They confirmed that the backwards compatibility on the Xbox One, which right now only includes Xbox 360 titles, is expanding to include the original Xbox library. Microsoft head Phil Spencer had hinted that this was coming, and this means you'll finally be able to replay games like Crimson Skies and other classics. Original Xbox backwards compatibility will launch later this year, and we can't wait. Microsoft didn't get to kick off E3 because Electronic Arts held their press conference the day before. As expected, Star Wars was the biggest thing that EA had to offer. Battlefront 2 got its first live multiplayer demo, showing off new levels, characters, and vehicles based on all the Star Wars films, and not just the original trilogy like the last game. Best of all, the game's post-launch DLC will be made available for free to all players, which is a good way for EA to make amends after the overpriced season pass on the last game. Star Wars Battlefront 2 hits our galaxy November 17th. Next up, A Way Out is a new co-op game from the creator of the 2013 co-op game, Brothers: A Tale of Two Sons. It looks grittier though, because players will take the role of 2 prison inmates who work together to make a daring escape. In what seems like a bold move on EA's part, the game won't have a single-player mode, so the only way to play it is with another person. Thankfully, it will support both online and local couch co-op. A Way Out will come out early next year. The new racing game Need for Speed Payback, first announced last week, showed off its Fast and Furious-inspired single-player campaign. It crosses the finish line on November 10th. Sports fans got new looks at the next Madden and FIFA games, which will both have new single-player story campaigns. EA is also getting back into the basketball game, announcing the return of the NBA Live series for the first time in 2 years. NBA Live 18 hits the court this fall with a free demo in August, and EA has a lot of catching up to do if they want to match the success of the rival NBA 2K series. The biggest game EA announced is the new BioWare IP Anthem, but they didn't actually show off any gameplay until Microsoft's conference a day later. Anthem is basically an online shooter where players join forces in futuristic Iron Man-style suits and then explore strange new worlds and take on different aliens. It definitely looks to be running more smoothly than BioWare's last game, Mass Effect Andromeda. Anthem hits Earth in fall 2018. The Xbox isn't heading into VR just yet, but that won't stop other developers from embracing it. Bethesda Softworks kicked off their E3 press conference by announcing that they're taking a bigger step into the world of virtual reality. They showed off new footage from Fallout 4 VR, and they also announced an all-new VR version of their latest Doom game called Doom VFR, which stands for Virtual Fucking Reality. Both titles are coming to the HTC Vive, and it seems very unlikely that they'll be released on the Oculus Rift, given the very public legal battle between Bethesda and Oculus VR. Another new gaming platform is getting some love from Bethesda. The Elder Scrolls Skyrim is coming to the Nintendo Switch later this year, and Bethesda revealed for the first time that it will have some amiibo support. Figures from The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild, Super Smash Bros., and other games will unlock Link-themed outfits, weapons, and gear within Skyrim, which is enough to make us want to play it all over again. It's not all re-releases, because Bethesda has plenty of new games on the way. The Dishonored series is getting a new title called Dishonored: Death of the Outsider, a standalone expansion that will focus on the supporting character Billy, who comes with her own powers and abilities. That's coming in September. After that, an even bigger game, The Evil Within 2, will scare the shit out of players on Friday, October 13th. If that's too scary for you, Wolfenstein 2: The New Colossus is a sequel to 2014's Wolfenstein: The New Order. This time around, players will get to kill Nazis who have conquered America and the rest of the world, and it looks pretty intense. That arrives October 27th. That's it for our rundown today. We're going to have a lot more news from E3 throughout the week, so keep it locked right here. If you want to learn more about game design, visit VFS.edu. We'll be back again tomorrow with a brand new rundown, and we've got lots of other content for you to check out. Thanks for watching. We'll see you tomorrow.